The Smiley Face Murders, an inexplicable string of deaths of young, healthy, popular, athletic men spanning more than 20 years in several cities and states. Is this the work of a serial killer? A cell of serial killers? Or is it some bizarre mixture of murder and accident? You decide. Our story begins February 17th, 1997 in Manhattan, New York. Patrick McNeil Jr. and his friends were having some drinks at the Dapper Dog Bar in Manhattan. The only thing out of the ordinary was Patrick seemed to be more intoxicated than he should be, considering how much he had had to drink. It was noted by witnesses that Patrick was seen stumbling all over the place as he left the bar, falling against parked vehicles, vomiting. And there was also something else very strange. There was a vehicle noted that was following him. They would stop when he fell, and when he got up and started stumbling again, they would follow him. Was this the killer or killers? Patrick never made it home that night. In fact, it wasn't until nearly 2 months later his body was recovered in the water at the Bay Bridge section of the Brooklyn Owl's Head Water Pollution Control Plant, over 12 miles from where he was last seen. The cause of death was listed as drowning, and manner of death as undetermined. For this to be accurate, Patrick would have had to fall into the water, travel 12 miles over 50 days, undetected. That doesn't really add up to me. Also, there was burning and charring on his torso and face. There were ligature marks around his neck and wrists, and there were fly eggs in his groin. Now, for there to be fly eggs in his groin, he would have had to have been exposed to the open air for a few days before being put in the water. So how they listed this as drowning or undetermined is beyond me. And there are several cases that happen just like this. Very odd scenarios, very odd situations, and bizarre circumstances that just don't point to accidental death. This was the case that got the attention of Detective Kevin Gannon. He knew something was wrong, but at this point he had no idea the strange and tragic road that lay ahead of him. Gannon vowed to never stop searching for answers, even in retirement, and he would not be alone. He was soon joined by Detective Anthony Duarte. Over the years, they kept collecting data on similar drownings. There were dozens, all athletic, all popular, successful types. All suspicious circumstances surrounding their deaths. And in many cases, smiley face graffiti was found nearby, and all of the victims were found in water. Brian Welzian, age 21, went missing January 1st, 2000 in Chicago. His body was not found for 77 days, and he had minimal decomposition. And again, death was listed as accidental. This does not add up. Todd Gieb, 22, of Michigan, went missing the 25th of June, 2005. His body was found 22 days later. It was speculated that he drowned, got too drunk, fell in the water, and drowned. But friends and family would refute that, saying he wasn't a big drinker, and he was a very strong swimmer. And this was in the summertime. Hypothermia wouldn't be an issue. So this does not make sense. Lucas Holman, 21, went missing in October of 2006 in Wisconsin. Lucas was found 3 days after going missing, but it was determined his body had only been in the water for 3 to 12 hours. This does not add up. Dakota James, 23 years old, went missing January 25th, 2017, found in the Ohio River 10 miles from where he was last seen. There are dozens more cases just like these. Inexplicable deaths, shoddy police work, and laziness instead of doing what retired detectives Gannon and Duarte are doing, trying to figure out who is killing these people. Not all of these are murders, likely. Some were accidents. But there are so many that just don't add up. People being missing for days, weeks, even months before being located, and their bodies have minimal decomposition. That has to mean that they were kept alive somewhere before being killed and placed in the water. There's no other explanation for it. So what do you think? You think it's a serial killer? A group of serial killers? Or some kind of bizarre string of accidents? Or maybe some combination of the above? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up. And I hope you like this video. There's going to be more like this coming. So stay tuned. And until then, this is True Crime Productions with Prairie Boy 77, aka Prairie Boy 77, aka Mr. Cher, aka the Beard of Reason, aka the Voice of Reason, saying good day, good night, and Godspeed.